Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about an important topic that can seriously change your career and your finances, how to ask for a raise the right way. Now, I've been working as a recruiter for the past 7 years, and I've heard a lot of candidates regret leaving their previous job simply because they felt undervalued and underpaid, but did not know how to ask for a raise. So what I did is I created a presentation of a step-by-step process that I've used and have also showed my other friends and colleagues how to use this process to give them the best opportunity to get that raise. One of my friends, I recently went ahead and showed him this presentation, and we were able to help him get an extra $10,000 a year to his annual salary. So let's go ahead and get started. How to ask for a raise. And today's agenda, again, I am a little bit blind, so I got to put these on. In today's agenda, we're going to talk about an introduction, pre-qualifications. What do you need to get? What do you need to do to get a raise? Setting up a one-on-one meeting. I'll help you with that. Setting expectations, a follow-up email. I'll give you a template of how to use that. Final tips for success and the conclusion. So in this introduction, we're going to talk about who this presentation is for and about a financial impact. So who is this presentation for? This presentation is for anyone looking to grow professionally and earn more money without risking their relationship with their manager. I've used this presentation and strategy with multiple lines of industries and different um, jobs and different levels of work as well. So this is pretty broad in terms of who it works for. If it doesn't work for you, I apologize. But if you want to go ahead and message me, maybe we can think of something else. Think about the financial impact. For example, a $5 raise adds up to over $10,000 a year. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for anyone. So an extra $10,000 a year, that can be a new car, that can add to a savings to your kid's college fund, that can hopefully, in time help you save up to make a down payment on a home. Whatever your financial interest is in terms of where you want to spend it, this can definitely make a financial impact on that. So, I pre-qualifications for a raise. I would say you need to ask yourself, are you ready for a raise? Now, different companies have different metrics, different companies have different needs, different companies have different expectations of what you need to do to get a raise. Now, I would say that in my 6 to 7 years of recruitment, a lot of these basic expectations and pre-qualifications are pretty standard across the workforce. So, number one, I would say at least 1 year at the company. A year allows you to demonstrate consistent value and loyalty. Raises are rarely given before a year of employment. So you need to prove yourself first, right? Prove your worth. Good attendance and punctuality. Being reliable shows commitment and professionalism, which a manager values. If you're always calling out sick, going on vacation, always late, leaving early, you're probably not the right candidate for a raise. Consistently meeting or exceeding goals, performance is the foundation of raises. So before meeting with your manager, make sure you prepare a list of accomplishments. Make sure you highlight specific metrics to contributions that you have done in the past year. I've gone ahead and given you guys some examples. So for example, number one, I exceeded my sales quota by 15% for 3 consecutive months. Here in example number two, I implemented a new process that helped reduce team errors by 20%, right? So think about the examples that you can create about you either meeting or exceeding expectations and goals. Contributing positively to a team culture. This is really, really important. A positive attitude and collaboration enhances team morale, and this can help you make you a standout employee. Ensure you provide examples of how you supported colleagues and brought solutions to team challenges. So here's an example. Hey manager, I actually help organize weekly check-ins to ensure a team stayed aligned and motivated. Now, whatever it is that you're doing to contribute to the team positively, maybe you're, organizing happy hours, maybe some fun Wednesdays, whatever that is, make sure that you do note them down and talk about how that has essentially contributed to the team morale, because that is important. Nobody wants to work with someone who's negative and doesn't enjoy their job. So now we get to the topic of what do I need to do to get a raise? Now, a lot of people have made the mistake of simply asking, "Can I get a raise?" Right? And that's definitely not the best approach. Why what do I need to do to get a raise is better is it demonstrates commitment to the company. Asking for a raise this way shows you're invested in improving and not just in personal gain. Number two, it shows a growth mindset. So this positions you as someone who values development, making it more likely to also be promotable in the long term. Number three, it builds respect and trust. Managers are more likely to advocate for you if they see you're willing to earn a raise. So, again, we have to shift the question of can I get a raise to what do I need to do to get a raise? This, again, it demonstrates commitment, it shows growth mindset, and it allows for you to get some respect and trust. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to set up a one-on-one meeting with your manager. Now, here we're talking about preparing for the raise conversation and scheduling that one-on-one meeting. So what I would do and what I've done is, number one, schedule the meeting. Politely request a one-on-one meeting that is focused on your development and performance. So you could say something like this. Hey manager, I'd like to schedule a time to discuss my progress and how I can contribute more to the team. Number two, once you've gone ahead and essentially scheduled that, start with gratitude. Open by thanking your manager for their mentorship and leadership, right? Here I've given another example of what you can say. Hey, John, I've really enjoyed learning and growing under your guidance. It's been rewarding to be a part of this team. Thank you so much. Number three, express ambition, right? Share your desire to grow further in your role. Here's an example as well. I'm eager to take on more challenges and continue contributing to the team's success. Now, remember we told you to make sure you have your highlights written down, and here I provide more examples of some highlights, but talk about the highlights you've been able to accomplish. Provide examples of where you've excelled. Example number one, over the past 12 meetings, I've consistently exceeded my performance targets by 10 to 15%. Example number two, I led a project that streamlined team workflows, saving us 5 hours a week collectively. Whatever your accomplishments are, be sure you tie them to your company's accomplishments and goals as well. Now, again, let's take a step back. So once you've scheduled a meeting, you're able to go ahead, schedule the meeting. Let's say it's for Thursday at 2 p.m. for 30 minutes, maybe 1 hour, whether it's in person or a Zoom link or Teams link. Send a calendar invite. When you start with the meeting, hey, John, thank you so much for taking the time to meet me. I want to let you know that I've really enjoyed learning and growing under your guidance. It's been really rewarding. I've learned a lot to be a part of this team. I am, now we're going to go to ambition, right? I am so eager to take on more challenges and continue contributing to the company's success. In the past 12 months, I've consistently exceeded my performance targets by 10 to 15%. I've been able to lead projects that streamline team workflows, saving us 5 hours a week collectively. And here's where we ask the key question. I've been wondering for the past couple of months, what do I need to do to earn a raise? Framing the question after showcasing your value opens up the door for feedback and shows you're being proactive. Why this matters: being able to highlight your success builds a strong case for your manager, making the conversation more productive and aligned with your goal. So setting expectations. So now, your manager, you pretty much disarmed him or her by providing this conversation, right? You've requested a one-on-one meeting maybe in 2, 3 days from now. You've been able to go ahead and thank them for their time, thank them for their leadership. You talked about the ambition, right? Hey, I really love this company. I want to be able to grow. I really want to stay here and I can see myself being here for the next 15 to 20 years. And then what you've done is you've highlighted your accomplishments and then you've asked the question, what do I need to do to get a raise? Versus, can I get a raise, right? Can I get a raise is just not what we're doing here anymore. So once you've been able to do that and your manager's open to the conversation, we're going to define goals, timelines, and outcomes. So once he or she says, yeah, sure, let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about what you need to do to get a raise. Set clear goals. Ask for measurable objectives like sales targets, project completions, or efficiency improvements. So here's an example. Should I aim to improve X metric by Y%? Question mark. Establish a timeline. This is really important as well. You can go ahead and say, hey, John, would a 3 to 6 month period be reasonable to assess my progress? A timeline ensures there's a specific time frame to achieve the objective that will help you get the raise. Number three, clarify raise details. So you're going to have to do a little bit of, you know, self-awareness and maybe some market research of what's a realistic raise for you. So clarify the raise details. Ask what kind of raise is realistic based on company policies and budgets. Example, John, do you think a $5 raise would be in the budget if I met these targets? Do you think a $10 raise would be in the budget? That's something that you will definitely need to clarify, but make sure you get that expectations set clear. Again, why this matters, setting expectations removes any miscommunication and keeps both parties accountable. The last thing you want to have is, you hit the 3 to 6 month period, you essentially hit the metrics, and now you're expecting a $5 raise, but they're only going to give you a $2 raise, or maybe you thought you hit the metrics that you were supposed to hit, but you didn't, right? So making sure that you have these expectations set and clear is going to remove any miscommunication, and it's not going to burn any bridges. Now, one of the things that we do to essentially make sure that we have everything in writing is send a follow-up email. So we need to solidify the agreement. Why an email follow-up is key is it's important to get your discussion in writing. This will ensure clarity and serves as a written record of the discussion. There's no he said, she said, or anything like that. Once you send an email, everything's in writing. So I'm going to give you guys an example of an email structure. So you start by thanking the manager for their time and guidance. You summarize key points, goals, timelines, and potential raises, and you reaffirm your commitment to achieving these goals. And here, as an example, feel free to use this, copy and paste this. It's literally one that I used. When I was speaking with my manager about getting a raise. So, hi, John. Thank you for meeting me today. Here's a quick summary of our discussion regarding what I need to do to get a raise. I'll focus on improving X metric over the next 3 months to achieve a specific goal. Once completed, I would like to discuss a potential raise for $5. Thank you, Michael Portillo. Why this matters, this steps gets everything in writing and ensures everyone's on the same page. So feel free to use this template as a follow-up email that you may want to send to your managers. And then just some final tips for success. Key takeaways, patience is crucial. Raises may have to wait as they need to align with performance cycles and budgets. So be patient. Make sure you clarify this during the conversations as well. Hey, is 3 to 6 months realistic? Who do you need to talk to make sure this gets approved? Please let me know what their thoughts are. As long as the conversation has an open door, there definitely, patience will be key, but you'll have an understanding and clear expectations. Track your progress. Use spreadsheets, notes, and apps to document your achievements. So each month, make sure you're keeping track of the progress that you're doing that's helping you get to that goal. Communicate regularly, update your managers on milestones to keep them engaged in your progress. Stay professional. Even if things don't go as planned, maintaining a positive attitude always keeps the door open. So, as I mentioned, this goes with point number one, patience is crucial. There's definitely budgets that need to be cleared. There's, promotions, headcount that needs to be clarified as well. And I know this because I've been, as a manager, we've had to go ahead and clear up budgets. We've had to promote people. We've had to get headcount approved for essentially for one person to get a $5 raise. There's a lot of movement that goes on in the background. So patience is crucial. Stay professional. Again, even if things don't go as planned, maintaining a positive attitude will keep the door open. And number five, take your first steps today. You're one strategic conversation away from earning what you deserve. You just need to plan the conversation and execute it correctly. So I challenge you, it's as of this day of the recording, it's November. If you're someone that's, ready to go ahead and, hopefully get a raise in the new year, December, January, I would go ahead and advise you to take your first steps today. Create the plan, watch this video over again, and create a plan. So, in conclusion, what you want to do is, make sure you qualify for a raise, prepare your accomplishments, schedule your one-on-one meeting with your manager, talk about what you need to do, thank them, highlight your accomplishments, your ambition, and then we want to get it in writing. Don't forget to send a follow-up email. This is very crucial, and then track your progress. And, hopefully in time you're able to get that raise. So that's it, guys. I would go ahead and say make sure that if you're someone who is looking for a raise or is preparing for that conversation, that you go over this video a couple of times, maybe practice it with a friend, with the colleague, with your parents, whoever it is. That conversation is very crucial. But this strategy, like I said, has helped me be able to get a raise. It's helped a couple of my colleagues. And I think the coolest thing is that I was able to help my friend get a $10,000 raise simply by using this strategy. So if you found any value in this video, make sure you hit the like and subscribe video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.